Everybody wants a ticket to the next level. Better career, stronger business, healthier body, more financial freedom, more confidence, more influence, more opportunity. But when it's time to board, some people arrive carrying every excuse, every outdated habit, every unnecessary commitment, and every opinion they have collected from people who are not even traveling in the same direction. Then they wonder why they cannot move. Maybe you do not need another motivational speech. Maybe you need a baggage check, because your next level may not require you to become more talented. It may require you to stop carrying what no longer belongs in your future. Here is the uncomfortable truth. You cannot build a new life while protecting every behavior that created the old one. You cannot demand different results while negotiating with the same excuses. And you cannot carry every version of yourself into the future you say you want. The question is not only what do you want next, the real question is what are you willing to leave behind to reach it? Welcome to the Unbearably Bullish podcast, the official podcast of the Bull You Can't Bear. I am your host, Donald Johns. Last week, we built the comeback code. We learned to process the setback, extract the lesson, rebuild through action, and return stronger. But today, we confront the next question. When you make your comeback, what are you refusing to bring back with you? Because recovery is not complete if you return to the same habits, environments, and decisions that help create the setback. Most people describe success by listing what they hope to gain: more money, more freedom, more recognition, more control. But growth is not only an additional problem, it is also a subtraction problem. You may need to give up convenience for preparation. You may need to trade immediate pleasure for long-term progress. You may need to exchange comfortable agreement for honest feedback. You may need to release an opportunity that looks attractive but leads away from your mission. And you may need to disappoint someone who benefits from you remaining exactly where you are. That does not mean success requires destroying yourself. Let's make that absolutely clear. Your health is not disposable. Your integrity is not negotiable. The people you love should not automatically become collateral damage. Exhaustion is not a trophy. Burnout is not proof of ambition. If your version of success requires you to destroy everything meaningful, you have not reached the next level. You have selected the wrong destination. The right price is not your values. The right price is the behavior that keeps violating them. Let's open the suitcase. There are 5 pieces of baggage that commonly prevent people from moving forward. The first, the excuse. An excuse often begins as an explanation. Something happened, someone disappointed you, you lacked information, money, confidence, support, or opportunity. The explanation may be completely valid, but a valid explanation can become a prison when it is repeatedly used to avoid responsibility. Your past may explain why the journey became difficult. It does not deserve unlimited authority over what you do next. The second piece of baggage is the habit. A goal points toward the destination. A habit determines the direction you actually travel. If your calendar, spending preparation, health, and daily actions consistently contradict the goal is not leading your life. The habit is. Do not ask only, what do I want? Ask, what behavior keeps voting against it? The third piece is the environment. Some environments strengthen your standards. Others repeatedly pull you back toward the lowest level of discipline. Look at the rooms you enter, the conversations you tolerate, the content you consume, the routines you repeat, and the expectations surrounding you. You do not have to believe everything your environment teaches you. but you will have to work much harder when you are constantly surrounded by messages that conflict with your future. The fourth piece is approval addiction. Some people are waiting for permission from individuals who will never accept responsibility for the outcome. They want everybody to understand the dream before they begin pursuing it. But the people criticizing your decision do not have to live with the cost of your inaction. You should seek wisdom. You should consider credible advice. You should examine risk. But informed judgment is different from surrendering control of your future to a public vote. The fifth piece is the outgrown identity. This is just who I am. I have never been good at that. I am too old. I am too late. People like me do not succeed at things like this. Be careful when a temporary condition becomes a permanent identity. You may have failed at something. That does not mean failure is who you are. You may have lacked discipline. That does not mean discipline cannot be developed. Your history is evidence, but it is not a life sentence. Let's have our Monday morning conversation. Are you interested in the outcome or invested in the process? Interest is attracted to the result. Investment accepts the responsibility. Interest talks about the goal when emotions are high. Investment reorganizes behavior after the excitement disappears. Interest asks, how quickly can I get there? Investment asks, who must I become to remain there? This is where many dreams stall. People want the reward without wanting the routine. They want confidence without keeping promises to themselves. They want influence without accepting accountability. They want freedom without building discipline. They want the next level, but they want their current comfort to remain untouched. Your commitment is not proven by how passionately you describe the destination. It is revealed by what you are willing to change on the journey. Let's make this practical with the C.O.S.T framework. C stands for clarify the destination. Do not say, I want more. Define more. What specifically are you trying to build? Why does it matter? What would progress look like over the next 30 days? If the destination is unclear, every sacrifice feels unnecessary because you cannot connect today's decision with tomorrow's result. O stands for own the trade-offs. Every meaningful choice closes certain alternatives. When you commit to one priority, you reduce the time available for another. When you protect your health, you may decline a late-night obligation. When you build a business, you may temporarily reduce certain forms of entertainment. When you pursue a serious goal, you cannot expect every part of life to remain completely unchanged. You do not have to resent the trade-off, but you must acknowledge it. S stands for separate sacrifice from self-destruction. A strategic sacrifice supports the mission while protecting your values. Self-destruction damages the very person and relationships the success was supposed to serve. Before paying any price, ask, is this necessary? Is it sustainable? Does it align with my values? Is there a more intelligent approach? Am I demonstrating commitment or compensating for poor planning? Pain alone does not make a strategy valuable. T stands for take the next necessary action, not the most dramatic action, not the action that photographs well, the necessary action. Send the message, make the call, create the plan, remove the distraction, schedule the appointment, establish the boundary, begin the work. A decision without action is only a private conversation. It's time for the bull versus bear. The bull says growth requires delayed gratification. You must leave comfort, make difficult choices, and accept that meaningful goals carry a price. The bear says people often romanticize exhaustion, unhealthy obsession, and suffering that could have been avoided through better planning. And the truth, Both sides can be right. Some people quit because the journey became uncomfortable. Others refuse to adjust because they believe the struggle automatically proves commitment. Being committed does not mean driving faster after discovering you are on the wrong road. Sometimes strength means changing the route without abandoning the destination. Ask yourself, is this difficult because growth is demanding? Or is it difficult because my strategy is broken? Do not use discomfort as an automatic reason to stop, but do not use commitment as an excuse to ignore evidence. Now we enter the championship film room. Review the last 30 days, not your intentions, your evidence. What produced real progress? What repeatedly pulled you backwards? Where did you choose comfort over the commitment? Which promise did you keep? Which promise did you continue renegotiating? What difficult decision are you still avoiding? The film is not there to humiliate you. It is there to educate you. You cannot improve the performance you refuse to review. Here is this week's Bull Charge Challenge. Take one sheet of paper and create 2 columns. At the top of the first column, write what goes with me. List the values, skills, relationships, lessons, and systems that support your future. At the top of the second column, write what stayed behind. Identify one excuse, one conflicting habit, one unnecessary commitment, one approval-seeking behavior, and one limiting statement you repeatedly make about yourself. Then choose one item from that second column and take a separation action within the next 24 hours. Do not simply circle it. Do something. Remove it, cancel it, change it, replace it, establish the boundary, start the conversation. Your future does not need another announcement. It needs evidence. Repeat this with me. I will not sacrifice my values for success. I will release the habits that keep me from it. I will carry forward the lessons, but not the excuses. I accept the responsibility of my next level. I will make the decision. I will take the action, and I will move forward today. Here is the Bull's bottom line. Your next level does not require every previous version of you. It requires the version willing to make the decision. Protect what matters. Release what conflicts. Keep the lesson. Drop the excuse. Honor your values. Upgrade the strategy. And take the next necessary action. You have spent enough time describing the future you want. Now make room for it. The next level is calling. Before you answer, check your baggage. Strong markets, stronger mindset, unlimited opportunity, follow the herd, and always stay unbearably bullish. I am Donald Johns, and thank you for joining me for another Motivation Monday. And until the next time, have a successful, productive, and profitable day. We love all of you.